Hello YouTube and fellow Star Wars collectors. On this episode of Toys Are the Way, we will be ranking all of the Vintage Collection Army Builder 4-packs that have been released so far. If you're new to the channel or a fan of Star Wars collecting, be sure to smash a like on this video, remember to subscribe, and make sure to ring that bell to stay notified. Welcome back everyone. Hasbro's Vintage Collection Army Builder 4-packs have really allowed fans to add battalions of different troopers to their collections and shelf displays. Here you can see the 6 Vintage Collection Army Builder packs that have been released so far, and I've got to say that this has been a fantastic way to add more Stormtroopers to my Imperial shelf display, Tantive 4 hallway set, and other dioramas. When Hasbro first announced these 4-packs, it was not only exciting to finally be able to order multiple troops quickly, but to do so for a pretty reasonable low price. The Stormtrooper pack was the first one, which was $41.99, and this continued through the Rebel Trooper and the Scarif Trooper. And this comes out to roughly about $10.50 per figure, which is pretty good when you're adding a lot of these sets to your collection. But then we see a price increase with the Death Trooper, which is $44.99, which still isn't too bad. It's $11 and about 25 cents per figure. But we start to see some things that are not quite so great. And as we continue on with some recent sets that we've pre-ordered, we're up to about $14 per figure. So it's starting to become a little challenging to be like, I want to get multiples of these sets to add to my collection. So that's one thing that has been a bit of a challenge moving forward with this initiative. But with that being said, let's take a look at each one of these sets, what they have to offer, and determine which one is my favorite of the bunch. Let's begin with taking a look at my least favorite of the Army Builder 4-packs, the Imperial Death Trooper, which is actually rather surprising, given that it is one of my all-time favorite trooper designs. Unfortunately, Hasbro did not offer much when it comes to this set. The standard release of this figure included all 3 accessories, the tactical vest, E11D blaster rifle, and the smaller pistol. But for this release, you are only getting a single vest, 2 rifles, and 4 pistols. Additionally, Hasbro missed a golden opportunity to deliver something that fans have been rallying for, the inclusion of the Specialist DLT-19D rifle that is prominent in Rogue One. I have been hoping and wishing to see this official release for this accessory and was horribly let down by this set. This is actually one of the very few items to date that I did not bother to pre-order right away. The Imperial Death Trooper was still available from a number of places, and while this release was meant to aid fans hoping to set up their Navarro Cantina standoff, it could have offered more. Some of the helmets seen in Rogue One, and especially the Mandalorian, do not have the flashlight attached, and this could have been a wonderful additional head sculpt. Furthermore, a new belt allowing the figure to holster the pistol as seen on screen would have been amazing. Hopefully one day Hasbro will tool these items along with the Specialist DLT-19 blaster rifle, but until then I will have to use my current stand-in. Coming in at number 5, we have the Rebel Soldier in Echo Base Battle Gear. While there are a number of things I do like about this set, I will say that a huge issue is that this 4-pack was announced shortly after the reissue of this figure in a mainline wave. Therefore, many fans had picked up a few or a solid case of these. And while we always need more troops for our displays, this costume is less prominent than the all-white Hoth Rebel Soldier that fans would need squads of to suppress the Imperial Walker attack. The Echo Base Trooper was an excellent figure for its time, and while it can achieve a number of poses, it is severely limited due to the horrible swivel hips. It would have been a tremendous achievement if Hasbro would have updated the articulation on this older figure. Regardless, the Trooper still holds up well in a fierce battle setting. On the plus side, the inclusion of various new head sculpts and swappable hats really takes this set to another level when adding troops to our displays. It allows for lots of flexibility when customizing your Rebel forces. Moving on, we have the Phase 1 Clone Troopers ranked at number 4 on my list. This is an excellent character that is worthy of a Vintage Collection Army Builder pack. Fans are always going to need more clones for the Republic forces. Personally, I was very happy to see this release and the inclusion of the Lieutenant with the blue markings, which was a figure that I still needed for my displays. Additionally, the set included 2 of the properly sized larger clone rifles and 4 of the standard DC-15S blasters. While the Phase 1 Clone Trooper mold is a bit dated in terms of articulation, the figure still has ball-jointed knees and hip articulation that will allow it to be displayed in a proper shooting stance as it faces an onslaught of battle droids during the Battle of Geonosis. The inclusion of various clone portraits in the set is great, and the addition of the clone lieutenant helped many fans add a much needed figure to their battalions. While the set brings this standard army builder to the line, it falls short with the rumors and now release of an updated clone mold with better articulation. It was nice to get some more clones into our collection, but I would have preferred to wait for the updated figure. Next up, we have the Rebel Fleet Trooper coming in at number 3 on my list. This was the second set offered as part of the Army Builder 4-packs, and I will say that I really do like this release quite a bit. Not only did it allow fans to populate our Tanto 4 hallway sets, but it met a long requested demand from the community. Different portraits and head sculpts for non-helmeted troopers. This is such a huge step moving forward and finally allows our original trilogy shelf displays not to look like a giant clone battle. The Rebel Fleet Trooper is such an iconic Star Wars character, and while the figure was included with the Tanto 4 hallway set, Hasbro met the demand by offering this stunning release. The Army Builder 4-pack includes 4 blasters, 2 rifles, helmets, boot ammo belts, and a number of portraits including Lucasfilm art director Doug Chiang, but it also delivers Pelos Scrambas, the very recognizable older trooper from the opening scene in A New Hope. The only downside to this set, and my reason for point deductions, is the outdated swivel hip articulation. Coming in at number 2 on my list is the Shore Trooper 4-pack. While this figure was not, and is still not hard to come by, Hasbro delivered on another request from the fans. The squad leader and Shore Trooper captain were a must-have for any fan who wished to recreate the scenes from the Battle of Scarif, and Hasbro was able to offer these characters as repaints within this set. Not only was the squad leader included with his proper belt, comma, and markings, but the E-22 heavy repeating blaster rifles were included as well. This was not only a huge upgrade to our collections and shelf displays, but it allowed the vintage collection to add new characters without taking up mainline slots. The paint applications on both the captain and squad leader look fantastic, and I personally was always looking forward to seeing these variants added to our Shore Trooper ranks. The only downside to this set is that the included blasters are the same dark gunmetal gray color used in the previous release. Additionally, the knee joint only bends at a 45-degree angle at best, and the figure does not have rocker ankles, which is a must for any trooper in my opinion. Which leaves us with number 1, the best vintage collection Army Builder 4-pack to date, the Stormtrooper. This is where it all started, a simple box containing 4 of the then perfect VC-140 Rogue One Stormtroopers, packed with 4 E-11 Stormtrooper blasters, 2 DLT-19 heavy blaster rifles, and 1 orange Commander Pauldron. This was a huge turning point for anyone looking to properly fill their Imperial displays and dioramas. It's extremely difficult to beat a Stormtrooper when it comes to ranking army builders. They are one of the most iconic Star Wars characters and sought after action figures. It's hard to believe anyone would only ever just want one of these figures for their collection. VC-140 was an incredible milestone for the 375 action figure world, supplying fans with the best Stormtrooper ever. The only thing that could have made this release better was rocker ankles and a functioning holster, which we fortunately now have thanks to VC-231, the A New Hope Stormtrooper. I think it's safe to say that fans are waiting and ready for this iconic Trooper 4-pack to be released again. I hope you've enjoyed this video and taking a look at my top pick out of all the vintage collection Army Builder 4-packs that have been released so far. Be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and don't forget to smash a like on this video and subscribe if you're new to the channel. It really helps and is always greatly appreciated. Thanks everyone, and may the Force be with you.